Hey there, Clark Reid back with you, popping in with more tech headlines. If you like these reports, we always ask you to help us out. Give that like button a little love pat, and you can also subscribe so you know when each new report is posted. In a very interesting pickup, OpenAI has just bought Johnny Ive's AI startup called I.O., small letters. AppleInsider.com reports they're dropping $6.5 billion in stock on the startup by the former Apple head of design, who is responsible for the look and feel of some of Apple's most iconic products. OpenAI will add 55 employees, including hardware engineers, software developers, and manufacturing experts. Both OpenAI's Sam Altman, the CEO there, and Ive referred to something they are calling, quote, the device. Some hardware they plan to release sometime next year. Could be just a better box with an AI voice assistant. But coming from Ive, who was really a futurist and the right hand of Steve Jobs, might be something quite amazing. It's worth noting that before this purchase, Jobs' widow, Lorraine Powell Jobs, had invested in I.O. through her Emerson Collective. In a slew of announcements yesterday during Google I.O., many of which had to do with AI, Google did show off a prototype pair of its new XR smart glasses, and even let some of the media test out pairs briefly. According to Engadget.com, the glasses, which have a heavy black frame reminiscent of something Clark Kent would have worn in the 50s, and his not too terribly secret identity as Superman. Well, actually, it turns out they're lighter than the Meta Orion prototype or than Snap Spectacles. One thing that struck me about the display, though, is it's only on one side, the right eye. And the notifications are more like an overlay in that lens and not really, they're not that immersive, frankly. But to me, as someone who was around San Francisco at the time, there is a funny connection to Google Glass and the glass holes. And that is that they had a little prism in the frame that was on the right side. And I was just kind of wondering, could Google have just added some code to the old Google Glass code and some AI? Well, okay, probably not, but made me laugh at the time. Amazon is continuing to add more AI to their shopping app to lure more of us to spend even more money. GeekWire.com notes the generative AI-powered feature is called AI Shooting Experts. The Amazon says its analytics take care of the product details, and they assimilate those and customer reviews and information from across the web, and that gives the customer all the key information they can listen to and make a decision. As Amazon put it, quote, it's like having helpful friends discuss potential purchases to make your shopping easier, even if you're multitasking on the go, unquote. Anyway, that was written by Rajiv Mehta, or perhaps one of his assistants, the vice president of search and conversational shopping at Amazon. What a moniker. How do you get that on a business card anyway? Well, anyhow, in the blog post, they said right now it's only available on to a select group on products that they're calling a subset of U.S. customers. But, of course, they plan to expand it to all of us in the next few months. Meta's rolling out a new program of incentives to encourage startups to use their Llama AI models. TechCrunch.com reports the program will provide companies with direct support from the Llama team and will even include funding in some cases. Companies that are accepted into the program can get up to $6,000 a month for up to 6 months to help offset costs of building and enhancing their generative AI solutions. Meta says the Llama models have been downloaded now over 1 billion times. I'm Clark Reid, and you're Technified for now.